We're looking live at a beautiful fly-in to Everbank Field in Jacksonville. But even if you close your eyes, Brock, you'd still know exactly where you were by the rallying cry of the Jaguar faithful in the stands. Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And we're underway from Everbank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
That's McLaurin with a catch out left. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, Herbert. Complete, it's McLaurin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Herbert from the gun. And the defender comes away with it. With the pick.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And this one does not go far. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll throw. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Ready.
Throwing from the gun here. He's going deep this time. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take second and goal now from the 13. Another try following the sack. Chased out to his right. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Pass play coming here. The back's got it. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Throwing from the gun. Intercepted in the end zone.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
21.
First and 10. Here's Herbert. He's throwing deep to the left side. Big game downfield. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Christian Watson with the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts at the 3. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Motioning Watson left. Herbert on first down. And he overshoots his man. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap to Herbert. On target to Dobbins. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Here we go with Dobbins. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
From the 17. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Jaguar first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his leg.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Trying again following the sack. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be their football. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. It's caught. This is Lad McConkey. That's 16 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
20, 15, to the house, touchdown LA! The Chargers get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
And that won't be brought in, but I love the deep shot there. Some excitement for us on our final play of the opening quarter. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. It's a two-score game early. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have it 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's looking deep once again. And he makes the wait. No, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Chargers take possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. This is hauled in by McLaurin. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. He gets this one to McLaurin. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. He finds McConkey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Back now, pressure on its way. And they will score. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers take a 20-zip lead. Lad McConkey with a touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21.
Jaguars nothing. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here's 2nd and 2. He's on the move. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
Here we go,
37-yard
Corey,
line.
70. Go.
Back to throw now. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. Only working a couple of yards past the line. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Ready.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that first down, and he went and got it.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp, because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. He finds space into the red zone. And he has this all the way down to the 17-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Set.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. The Chargers pushing for a bigger lead before halftime.
Hey, Kaplan.
First down, and they go right back to him. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal.
Hold me to right.
Herbert now off the play fake. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Ready.
3rd and goal for Dobbins. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers grow their lead yet again.
Jaguars nothing. Cameron
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Parker Washington with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
70 Lions.
Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Dobbins gets it off the option. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Escapes out to the left. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Eric Armstead there on the stop.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Herbert from the gun. Finds McConkey. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10, Herbert. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away. I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points, and that's mission accomplished there.
Washington now to return. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts from the goal line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to ETN. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of down. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. They're going play action. On the move, headed right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
2nd and 10 now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Targeting the sideline, Kirk has it. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll come up 1st and 10. Now a give, it's ETN headed left. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. It was Marcus Williams in on that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Ready. Go.
Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. The kick by Shudak is good. And that's not going to do a ton against what is now a 28-point gap.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
On now is Cook to kick this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. Okay, the wide receiver is going to get it to begin the drive. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
The give here on 2nd. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's 7 yards on the run. Still 6 to go on 3rd.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
10.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down.
Go, let's go. Ready?
Dobbins trying the right side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Going to the ground again on first. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A great play defensively. They forced a loss despite the penalty, and they just went ahead and declined it. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Set.
They put a receiver in motion right. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So that flag is declined, and now that's going to force this offense into a 4th and goal decision. So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Browns kick is up and good. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Washington now to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Here's ETN on 1st down. And as they bring him down, let's check. Now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways.
Got it. Ready?
That holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out.
Go. Here we go.
He'll throw it. Finding Thomas near the sideline.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Set.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Chased out to his right. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And that takes them to 3rd down.
Set. Ready?
They'll try and throw it here. Into traffic, complete. Free inside the 30. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars cut into the lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars get it back to a full 3 possessions now, 24 points. On now is Cook to kick this away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Set.
Man in motion, headed right.
Go.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. He breaks the tackle. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
His drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Darnell Savage brings that to an end. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
21. Hey, Ram. Why did
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Gets this to McConkey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Three quarters in the books from this one. The Chargers have possession and a massive lead. This one looking like it could be over. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
380.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Ready.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. Complete, it's McLaurin. 15 yards and a 1st.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
5-9. Go. Hey, go.
They'll run on 1st down with Dobbins. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Why did it hut?
Back to Dobbins on 1st.